bhutani pratibhanti sthitani cha yatreva pasamam janti tasmai satyatmane namah. Jnata jnanam tatha jnayam drashta darshanadesyavu karta hetuh kriya jasmat tasmai jnamtyatmane namah. Sfuranti sikara jasmat Ananda Sambhare Vano Sarvesam Jivanam Tasmai Brahmanandatmane Namaha. Brahmanandatmane Namaha. Vedodadhim samunmatya Jnanaratnam samudritam Yena tasmai vasisthaya Gurunam Gurave Namaha. Vasistha ji Bhagavan ki jai. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. Satchidananda Bhagavan ki jai. Sabda Brahma ki jai. Saraswati Maharani ki jai. Yoga Vasistha ji Bhagavan ki jai. Hari Om. We are discussing Yoga Vasistha. This is a kind of yoga which is started by the great Guru, the Guru of all the Gurus, Vasistha ji, from time immemorial. He taught all these to Lord Rama, the son of Dasarath. When he was in a depressive mood, he was unable to decide what to do, what not to do. When he saw the miserable life of the people in the kingdom, he came back after a journey and he was sitting all the time brooding over the miseries of the people, and he was depressed. He was unable to decide what to do, what not, and how is this life. Everybody is suffering. What is the way out? At that particular time, Vishwamitra, a great saint from the jungle, came to King Dasarath for help to protect his sacrifices from the demons who were creating havoc. And he asked King Dasarath for help, means to send Rama and Lakshmana, the mighty warriors. They will protect the sacrifice of Saint Vishwamitra. At that time, Ramaji was in depressive mood. So somehow Dasarath sent words and called him, and thus Ram was very much upset. He was unable to speak after respecting his guru and father and all the elders. He sat with the face downward, not looking at anybody. So the others asked, what has happened to you? And then Guru Vasistha asked, what is your problem? So he gave a beautiful speech on dispassion. What is this world? What is there in eating, drinking? This life is good for nothing, momentary. Who can, a man of understanding, how can he enjoy all these worldly objects what generally people enjoy and again they suffer? A man of understanding cannot do all these. And how is this human life? How is the life of all the beings? See, it is so momentary, so full of problems and miseries. Everything changes every moment. Whatever we enjoy, that is not persisting for long. So, what is this life? I don't want this life. He was in a very depressive mood, and when he was asked what has happened, then he gave a beautiful long speech, Vairagya Prakarana, in the beginning of this Yoga Vasistha. So, King Dasarath, Vasistha and Vishwamitra and all other great saints and sages who were present in the court, they appreciated, oh, Ramji has, in a young age, he was hardly 15 or 16 years old. And at that time he had such dispassion, disliking towards the world. So somehow Vasistha ji went on asking questions, and Ramji went on asking questions. Question answer went on, and as a result, this Yoga Vasistha, which holds all kinds of vision of life, darshan we call philosophy. Philosophy is nothing but vision, that is vision of life. Life means in the world, the evolution process, let it be anybody's life, whether human being or any being. Life, how the life is, how it looks like, that is called vision. So the vision of the whole creation and its its existence, how does it exist, how does it look, why, how, and the dissolution, where does it disappear, how, when, why, all these questions. So all the questions from every respect, from every angle is discussed in this, and it was so satisfactory to Rama. In the end, Rama entered into Samadhi. This is called Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga. Yoga means union. Yoga means union. One joins with the other, or the contact between the two. So yoga is taken as the bridge between the two. the connecting method process, connecting process. So how does it happen? Why there are two and why they should unite? How they have become two? Where from they come? All these questions are mysteries. Whether it is one or, of course, we see many, but everywhere we see many in one and one in many. One in many, many in one. If the world is one, the beings are many, so many beings. If the group is one, then group members are many. If the village is one, then houses are many, inhabitants are many. If the country is one, then the states are many. If the state is one, districts are many. If the district is one, then subdivisions are many. Wherever you go, whatever you see, we see always two in one. One as many and many as one. So two together we see either one or many. So this is how we are bewildered. We don't know anything. We don't see anything properly. Nothing is perfect here. Our vision, our behavior, our transactions with each other, nothing is perfect. This is the cause for all the miseries, all the problems. When you are perfect, or your vision is perfect, your doings, your action is perfect, then you will not suffer. Success means perfection. Success means perfection. And perfection means repetition. Repetition gives you perfection. And repetition of what? All these questions we discuss in this. And Ramji went on asking questions, and Vasistha went on explaining everything with beautiful stories, examples, logics, and you see, many kind of you see practical happenings and stories, history, geography, science, whatever, from all sides it is discussed, and in the end Ramji was fully satisfied. Not only Ramji, it was satisfaction for all the courtiers, all the members who were present there at that time. It went on for 18 days. And when they started, it was क्या कहता है, broadcasted. At that time, the yogis and the great saints, they then used to know what is going on where. So, so the gods, all the great saints and siddhas, they came to hear the nectarian words of Vasistha. They gathered together, and because of Rama, everybody could hear so valuable speech of Vasistha ji. And it was solution for all kinds of questions of life. So yoga is not only some poses of topsy-turvy body, head down, legs up, hands side, and somersaults. That is not only yoga, but that helps yoga. That is not yoga, but that is a simple, small part of yoga. That helps yoga. Yoga means union, so the connection between two. So what are those two? So that also we shall discuss in this chapter today. Nirvana Prakaran, the last part, and last part also is divided into two. The first half is gone, second half. This is second half. And 19th chapter, in this we shall see the universal being and the individual being. Universal and individual. Little we have discussed yesterday, so today we shall see further. समष्टि व्यष्टि शरीरों को कल्पना तथा स्थान एवं कारणों को भिन्नता से भोग भेद इन सब का वर्णन करेंगे. तो just as we see a group, when we see the group, it is one. Body, our own body, or anything as a group. Say, whatever you take, whatever you see, whatever you hear, or whatever you perceive by your senses, everything is in group, means in multiple state, and you have to see it. Everybody sees it part by part. We cannot see the whole, perceive the whole, total group at a time. It is impossible. When you see one part, the other part is forgotten or hidden, or it is overlooked. So when you see one, the other is not on the not before you. So you see only a part of it, partial vision. That's how our vision is imperfect. Whatever vision means, not only seeing by eyes, but by all the senses. Whatever we hear, touch, smell, or we talk, whatever we do, it is all vision. We see it by the help of senses. So in this way, we see the part that is called individual, and the whole totality is universal, or the samashti. Samashti means the whole totality, and vyashti means the individuality. So they are connected, both are connected so closely, they cannot be separated from one angle. But when one is seen, the other is hidden. So it is always different from each other. See the magic. When you talk of a village, that means all the members of the village are within it. When you talk of the country, what do you mean? All the citizens, all the states and whatever divisions are there in the states, the government, the way of life, the history, the geography, the climatical conditions, the geography also, the condition of the water and soil, everything together, animals and wind also, what is the climate there, everything together is called country or state. So when you discuss or you see something, is that whole thing together? It cannot be. So whatever we see, it is seen as a part of the whole totality. That's how that is called individuality. The individual member of the whole total. So if you see some people, they are a few citizens of the whole total country. You cannot meet all the citizens of India at a time. Never it can be possible. You have to see it partially. And as you go on analyzing, the one becomes many. Every one becomes many. For the example we saw yesterday, one book, many pages, one page, many lines, one line, many words in it, one word, many alphabets in it, one alphabet, many parts of it, one part, many dots in it. Go on dividing and go on accumulating. This is how the universe is and we are. We are called individuals and the whole total universe is called the cosmic unity, cosmic unity. That is the one who feels I am the whole thing, that is called universal being. I am so and so. I am such and such. You see, that is not reality, but yet it is reality. How it is? The president of the country, how he becomes a president? Say the head of the family or the head of the village. Head of the village means, do you think his body is whole total? It covers up whole village physically? No, it is only mental. Mentally he thinks I am the whole controller and manager and administrator and everything. Whatever happens, people should come to me and I regulate or control everything I do. That is the feeling. That is a subtle aspect. It is not gross, visible aspect to the senses. But the king of the senses, director of the senses, mind, intellect, they can see it. Sometimes we see objects by body, then by senses, And then by mind, superior than the senses, is called mind, which controls the senses and regulates and orders, manages everything, is done by the mind. And mind, have you seen? Mind is mind. What is mind? Can you define it? Anyhow, you understand what is mind. That is how our understanding is. And mind understands mind. Who is going to understand it? Mind only. So, as you think of yourself, so the mind thinks of mind. Yourself means mind also. Anyhow, better than, superior than mind is called intellect. Intellect is decisive part, subtler part of the mind, same mind, and still subtler and still more, you see, more controlling or pervading than the intellect is called ego. Ego does everything. That is superior than intellect also. And superior than all these is that which is not perceived, not understood by all these. It is beyond that. There is something. So, step by step, as we think, as we understand, as we hold in the mind, this is like this, that becomes the whole total. Your total idea is different from my total idea. So that totality is called the universal body, the total body, and individual. In that some parts will be there, in that some divisions will be there, classes will be there. In that way, slowly, when we go to see the divided members, and that is called bestie or individuals. In this way, we understand what is individual and what is universal. So, yoga gives us the way to unite the individual with the universal. So, as we take this, our body example, okay, that is all the examples you will find in this body. The body is universal and the hand is individual. The other hand is individual. The leg, the nose, the ear, the head, everything is individual bodies. And the whole body is universal body, because it is the whole total. Now, yoga teaches us how to see the hand, a part of the body, and how to see the whole total body together. Together. That is called unitingly. Unitingly with whole totality. So that is the way when you think when you try to see, when you have the sense of perception, I want to see, that means be very careful to understand. You want to see something, so that something which is called as an object, that object is different from you. The object is different from you. So duality comes. Understood now? As long as duality will be there, two will be there, so long there is question of union. One will be united with the other, then relationship, then transactions, giving and taking, all these happens. Or else, if all this stops, then the body is body, there is no hand, there is no leg, nothing is there. Whole totality is aware of. That is called the feeling of the whole total body. In this way, if we understand the whole universe, we have to take as a one entity, and then all these names and forms, whatever form you see, right, starting from atom till the whole universe, whatever form you see or perceive or you take for discussion, that is individual, and it should have relationship with the universal. Without relationship, we cannot understand anything, because they are united with each other in some sense. One cannot be other than, one cannot be, you see, different than the whole total. For example, the picture cannot be different than the screen. The substratum has to be there. The holder and hold, the container and content, they have relationship, unbroken relationship. They cannot be separated. In this way, the whole universal entity holds the individual entities. So that is the substratum, that is the holder, container, which holds all the individualities. Okay? In that way, their relationship is inseparable. So from that sense, when we try to understand that and we remain inseparably, means remain as one, then only you have united. Or else you are, as an individual, you are different from the whole total. So this is how the individuality is misunderstood, and all the whole universe, it behaves in this way only, because one is seer, the other is seen, one is doer, the other is done. The doer, the enjoyer, or the doer or done, seer, seen, and speaker, spoken. Everything, transaction happens between the two. When there is two, there is misunderstanding and all these changes. This is called the Maya, or the changing phenomena, that is called the energy. Energy, we call it in many different terms. And when you go on discussing, every subject becomes a quite remarkable point of discussion, everything. This is how we discuss many schools of thoughts in one philosophy. Some say it is yoga, Raja Yoga, one path, how to reach the target. Target is one, the universal whole totality. And methods will be so many different methods. So this is how we differentiate between the methods and name it different yogas. Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Tantra Yoga. There are hundreds of yogas. Swaras Yoga, Mantra Yoga, Japa Yoga, what not. Pranayama Yoga, Hatha Yoga. So many kinds of yoga. All are nothing but a path to meet the end. That means the target, the one center. So this is how we shall go on discussing on the whole total and the individual. Now, श्री राम जी ने कहा है मुने, जीव का जो स्वरूप है, यानी शास्त्रीय व्यवहार में उपयोगी तथा पारमार्थिक जैसे उसका रूप है, उसकी स्थूल देह की जैसी कल्पना होती है, जिस रीति से उसको परमात्म रूपता है, उसका परमात्म रूपता है, तथा जो उसका स्थान हो, वह सब मुझसे कृपा करके बताइए. So Ramji is asking to the great Guru Vasistha, O great one, please tell me, with all type of elaborate explanations, analytical explanations, how is this individual being, what is called a being, how it is, and this individual being, and in what form it is existing, and how these scriptures, they identify or they define this being, and how do they behave with each other, व्यवहार में उपयोगी कैसा होते हैं, how do they behave with it, with that individual, and परमार्थिक जैसे उसका रूप क्या है. In the behavior field, transaction, when we do transaction between two, how it happens, how it appears, and absolutely from higher point of view, how are they two, how do they exist. That means when I eat something, I hold something, I use the hand, but is it not the body? If I have hold this vowel, whether the hand has hold it, whether the fingers have hold it, or the body has hold it, or I have hold it. In what sense you mean it? So many complications. From whichever angle you say, whatever terms you use, that is right in that sense, and wrong from other sense. If I say the body has hold this, body has hold this bowel. So there will be a question, how can the body, whole body can hold this? This is a small size, in size, small bowel. The body is so big, as I see. How the whole body can hold this? No, that is wrong. From this angle. But without body there is no hand. So when the hand is holding it, then body is holding. From that point it is right. So from which angle, in what way you think and use your language, terms and conditions, and how do you understand, how do you perceive it, it is different from its real situation. Real situation is one is connected with the other. That's all. Surely, the whole universe is a cooperative society. Cooperative society, and that is not one with the one. It is a triangular cooperative society. Triangular. That is there within you, within me, within everyone. What is that? One angle is a momentum. Without momentum, without a tendency to act, it cannot act. That is called a momentum, a push. So that is done everywhere by the wind god, the prana. Prana is all pervading. It is the movement is called prana. The movement, the momentum is called prana. In the whole universe, everywhere it is there, but it is seen differently by you, that is different. But it is present everywhere. Everywhere there is some momentum, some action is going on. Behind the action, the momentum is there. And that we call chesta. Chesta. A tendency to act. I want to get up. This is called the tendency to get up. The prior stage of action. Suppose the sports people, some sportsmen, they want to join in the running race. They have to get ready. Yes, they will start. So that momentum, without momentum, no action can happen. So that prompting, that push, where from we get? Everybody, anywhere, everywhere. That is given by wind only, the air only. That we call as prana, and it works in different ways, many different, innumerable different ways. It works in the human body in different way, in water different way, in trees or plants in different way, in the other beings in different way, in the clouds in different way, in the ocean in different way, It is there in the earth also. It works in different ways. Everywhere, everything is going on in action. In action means everything is subject to change. Change means action. Change means momentum, movement and growth and everything. Whatever you can term it as you like. But that movement is there, change is there. That is called nature. And that's how this one whole universe, whole creation appears one in many, many in one. If it becomes steady, no movement, then there is no many, there is no one, neither one nor many. Understood? One will be there because of the 2 or 3 or 4. If there is no second, that is, where is the need of one? There is no one. That is what we call it, one without a second. The existence without a counting, calculation. And when the 2 starts, then changes happen, and that change we count, that is, we feel it, count it, and change we feel. That's how we have some idea of time, space, and conditions, situations. All these are our ideas only, nothing else. So all these time, space, conditions, situations, and working style, all these together, they create the confusion. And they create the individualities and the totalities. All the totalities are created in this way only. And behind this, and the base, who is there, who is going to think all these, say all these, understand all these, question all these, or gets the answer of all these? Who is there? Who is the questioner? Who is the hearer? Who is the person who understands? Who is there? That is basically, grossly, we can say, the mind. It is not the final. Just for our understanding's sake, we can say it is mind only. Without mind, you cannot do anything, nor you can see anything, nor you can understand anything. Mind questions, mind hears the answer, mind does all the works. Whatever mind gives the push, mind gives a momentum to prana, prana then gives a momentum to mind to work. Both are together. In this way, prana is one angle, then mind is the other angle, mind with intellect, and then the ego with body. This is how, or body, mind with senses. This is how we can make groups. So 3 groups. One is related with the other and connected with the other, cooperating with the other. Then only the whole action goes on. Or else nothing, neither the seer is there, nor seen is there. A seer and the object of what is seen and the process. The vastu, kriya, asti, bhati, priya, or karta, kriya or karma. In this way, a triputi, we say, triangular force. The doer, doing process, and the done object. In this way, the whole world, wherever you see, whatever you know, whatever you see, everywhere this triangular force is working. This is how जो शक्ति उपासक होते हैं ना, वो क्या करते हैं? शक्ति उपासक लोग क्या करते हैं? किसको पूजा करते हैं? यंत्र, श्री यंत्र. अरे श्री यंत्र is nothing but many triangles in different ways together, and that is the whole power center, center of all the powers. That's how. It is the central point of whole power, universal power. The whole universe works in a triangular cooperative way. Nothing can be separated from the other. We are together. You cannot be different from me. But this is forgotten because of, this is overlooked because of our limitedness, limited behavior, limited transaction, limited identity, limited everything. Everything is limited. And this limitation is due to inability of holding everything together. And why it is inability? Why it is inability? Because there is no steadiness. Because it is imbalanced. That's how nothing can be settled. So you are unable to hold the whole basement, which is balanced state, the substratum, or the whole totality. And how it happens? Just as in the water, if the water becomes imbalanced, then the ripples, the waves, the tides, the bubbles, the movement of the water as current or whirlpools, anything, its area, either it is a glass of water, or it is a pond, it is a lake, it is an ocean, it is a river, it is a spring, it is a small well. How do you call it? This is only water only. Or this is cloud, or rainwater, or it is snow. What do you call it? With what name? So in this way, when it changes, because of change, because of the imbalanced state, change means imbalanced state, you are unable to hold the substratum. You are away from this truth. Substratum is balanced state, equilibrium, that is the truth. And when that becomes imbalanced, then all these, whatever happens, changes, that is we name it as energy. So the whole universe is under the control of energy. The same energy is termed in different innumerable terms. That is called the network of words, language, words, network of words. Something you say according to your vision, you say something that I don't agree. My vision is different, his vision is different. Everywhere there is differences. Why? Because of changes. When one wave becomes the other wave, it is changed. Because of change, because of movement, because of growth, because of death. One side it grows, one side it dies. So, momentum change, nature's law. This is called nature, and this is how we are in what? Always in confusion. Always. The mind means a confusive, changing process. Mind. Nobody has understood what is mind. And the moment you understand mind, there is no mind. It is gone. So just as we have seen the ghost which came last night at 2 o'clock, many were there. They were fighting against each other. Some ghosts. Have you seen them? No? I shall show you. Yes, you have to be here. All these mental thoughts only. Yes. So anything you can think. Why only ghosts? Let there be lions. Let there be what not. Anything you can think at any time, in any condition, you are free. Nobody can stop you thinking. So that is called mind. And without thinking, there is no world, there is no relationship, there is no transaction, giving and taking, there is no two, there is no action, no reaction, there is no doer, no done. Behind everything, your mind is there, and what is mind, nobody knows. So what is the way out? Where do you stand? What is your position? Come on.
Change the identification. Normally mind is only looking to one point and identify with them. For example, we
Correct. If there is, if
identification, but I'm not German in the real. I'm saying as Indians or Americans or so on. But we identify with, no, we are only German. And so
when you are settled in one, no movement, that is the way. Whether you call it mind, or you call it God, or you call it world, you call it energy, play of energy, or the truth, or the untruth, call it as you like, but be steady. Don't move. That is the only way. And that is the way to control the mind, know everything, and do everything, and enjoy everything, and be everything. You have become the universal being. That's how that steadiness is one-pointed or all-pervading. That's how it is said. The truth is Anoranyan, the smaller than the smallest, and bigger than the biggest. There is no end to its expansion, and there is no end to its contraction. The atom also can be divided into innumerable parts. So in this way, when the steadiness, that balanced state is there, that is called the universality. And the moment you become imbalanced, that is individuality. The water is universal, the wave is individual. Understood now? Somehow, somewhat is understood. But this understanding, unless you try to stop understanding, till then you cannot understand anything. Stop understanding. Keep quiet. That is called understanding. So anyway, Ramji asked all these to be explained. Kalpana kaisa hota hai? What is the relationship? The question we are discussing, we have to ask Vasistha ji to explain everything. What is the relationship? How is the relationship between the individual and the universal? And how it is possible? And how in this worldly parallels we behave in duals always between two. Transaction can be there between the two. One cannot have any action. When there are two, then only action or transaction or relation is possible. In one there is nothing is possible. So it is the absolute constancy or equilibrium state. So when the question is, what is the relationship between this? For example, relationship between the individual wave with the whole total mass of water, or what is the relationship with the one alphabet with the book, or the one dot with the whole circle, or center with the whole circumference? What is the relationship? How they are taken to be understood? How do they behave? All these you should explain me, my Lord Guru, O Guru of Gurus. I want to understand this. And we shall go. Arjuna, our Vasistha ji will explain everything. But I warn you, warning, as long as you try to understand, you will understand nothing. Understanding is a process. So process means change. How can you understand what is unchanging? So that is what yoga directs at. It indicates. Nothing can, neither yoga nor any language nor any scriptures, no religion, they can exactly tell what is the truth, what is the way out of all these. But they can indicate, they can symbolize. See, do like this, go this way, and in between you will face some difficulties, you go change the route and go that way, and you will reach the top. Top is one point only, one dot only. Top means one dot. Can you find it out? Somehow we have to take for granted this is the top, and we will reach the top. All the roads lead to Rome. Whatever path you adopt, you will reach the top of the mountain, don't worry. And this is how somehow or other, till you keep quiet, try to keep quiet. That is, to keep quiet is understanding. Somehow. मोक्ष शास्त्र में जो समष्टि जीव प्रसिद्ध है, उसका परिशोधन हो जाने पर वह ब्रह्म के साथ अभिन्न बन जाने में योग्य हो जाता है. In all these scriptures which lead you to liberation, liberation is a term is used in different ways by different religions. You see God in heaven, or nirvana, end of all the desires, or attaining that total state of pause, nothing is void. Many types of thoughts are there, so many schools of thoughts. Every one differs from the other, but everyone is right from his angle of vision. So in that way, all these scriptures which deal with the total being, we have to understand how these words and terms are used for the whole total being, and when we understand it by analyzing and by purifying. Yesterday we were discussing about purificatory process. Purifying means to remove all the unnecessary, unwanted objects from the whole total mixture. Whatever is not wanted, not useful, we have to remove it from the mixture. That is called purificatory process. That is possible in the mind also, in the water also, in the everywhere we purify. And this mental purificatory process is called sadhana, or finding out something, finding out the target, and that is possible when we understand. After purificatory process means understanding the terminology of all these scriptures, how they use the terms and create confusions, and finally only sound. It is not terms, not language, only some sound. And that sound also is vibratory process, waves only, waves of sound. That means finally when we understand all these, we remove all these unnecessary matters which are not to be discussed, we keep quiet, then only we understand how the individuality merges in the absolute totality. That is how Vasistha ji starts with. So महाराज वशिष्ठ जी ने कहा, भद्र अनंत व्यापक जो चेतन ब्रह्म है, माय डियर राम, जो अनंत व्यापक ब्रह्म है, ये शब्दों को समझो। पहले तो बहुत शब्द सब इस्तेमाल कर दिए। परिशोधन, रिमूविंग द अनवांटेड objects from the total object what we want to, what we have, whether it is subject or object or anything. To remove the unwanted things from the whole total object. This way, that is called purificated process, purifying, or that is also understanding by our mind. परिशोधन के द्वारा the individual becomes the universal. So, अनंत व्यापक जो चेतन ब्रह्म है, that universal being, being means the existence, the universal existence, which we call universal being, that existence is the substratum for all the other existences. That is the cause, causeless cause for other causes. One will not be any cause for, when one is there, it will not have any cause for it. Why? When two are there, one becomes cause for the other. Other becomes the effect of the cause. Relationship. Without relationship, we don't understand what is cause and effect. If two are there, one is cause, the other is effect. If it is small, because it is affected in big. It is big, that's why it is small. Without relationship, without comparison, without considering both, we cannot have any understanding. If one is there, there is no cause for it, and there is no effect of it, there is no name of it, there is no counting. So in one, everything is absent. When two starts everything, all the transaction with all the relationship with the comparison and the cause and effect, everything starts. Transaction, this is called relativity, or this is called the behavioral world, our lifestyle. This is called our life. Not only human beings, everything, whatever is seen, whatever is heard, whatever is known, everything is within this formula. So he says that one is called Brahma, it is all pervading, it has to be, it is eternal, because it exists. If it exists, it becomes the cause for all other existences. It has to be one. If it will be two, then one will be big, one will be small, there will be fight. So there will be always disturbance. So if a tree is there, then it should be stone also, it should be animal also, tiger, it is, whether it is tree or it is tiger, whether it is building or it is a tree. Where are you sitting? Are you sitting in a inside the lion? What? All these topsy-turvy, all these mixture will start. So, if one is there, then only it will be cause for other 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever new multiplication will do. One is the common factor for all other digits, isn't it? Can you count 2 without counting 1 first? How do you start counting? 2, 3, 1, 4. Will you start like this? How do you count? Your sequence, first you have to bring 1. And that 1 is not there, which is called 0. And that 0, if you name it, it will be 1. If you name the 0, count the 0, then it will be 1, 0. So that's how the 1 comes. And when 1 starts, there is expected second, then only you can count 1, or else there is no question of counting. So, everything starts from 1. Mathematics also proves everywhere, as you think, if 1 will be there, then only we can see the other parts. If there is no one body, how can there be parts? If there is one country, then only many states, many parts of it. If one tree, then only branches and sub-branches. Wherever anything is seen or understood or anything existing, that should be only 1. From 1 we have to start. You cannot start from 2 or 3 or 4. You are bound to start from 1. So the absolute 1, that is called the truth, and that we call it as Brahman. Brahman means, the literal meaning of Brahman is ever growing. Ever growing. How it is ever growing? Why it should? Why does it not keep quiet? See practically, if you want to see, the starts with seeing. I am one, let me be many, let me see me. If I see myself, then it is many. You do practical.
Why would I see?
Why? That up to you. If you don't want to see yourself, then no question. No question, no answer. If you want to see, then all the questions, all the complications starts. If you see yourself, then we ask, why do you want to see? If you don't see, there is no question. Understood? So if at all questions are there and you want the answer, call it yoga or call it bhoga or call it anything, call it religion or call it nonsense, call it whatever you like. If you call something, if you start something, then you have to come to one. You have to ask. Without asking, no problem is there.
So
because of problem, you have to ask, and because of asking, then problem is there. Both are yes.
So you are telling because I have doubt, I want to see,
Yes,
and that comes the problem.
yes. From that Upanishad, Prashnopanishad, that's how the question brings the all these. It starts with the question. And that's how, Saptarshi Mandal and the pole star and 7 stars, it is a question mark. The whole universe is on this, based on that. The pole star is taken as, understood as the center of our universe, and those 7 stars, they are questioned and they go on traveling around the center, and they keep up the balance of the universe. You have to understand how the question starts the creation. If there is no question, there is no creation. And that's how you want to see yourself. How am I? This is a question. How am I? I am one. My existence is felt as one. So the moment I feel I am one, I have to become many. That's how the Veda starts. Eko ham bahusyama. I am one, let me be many. From this, the whole universe starts. Creation starts. Or else, there is no creation. And that's how it should be one and always existing. That means all-pervading. All-pervading. That means ever-growing. That means also ever-minimizing. That means also connecting with each other, ever connecting, growing and decaying and everything, whatever you think, it is there in it. Because that is the first starting. इसीलिए वेदों में यही तो कहा गया, वो पहला एक था, पहला एक था और तब अनेक का सृष्टि हुआ. यस, and पहला वही था, पहले परम ब्रह्म था. The absolute balanced state, which is called one, absolute one, without a second. Absolute existence was existing in the beginning. Can you deny this? Absolute existence was existed in the beginning. Can you deny it? And that existence should be without any non-existence. Non-existence means movement or changing or all this. So this is how that is called the biggest one, ever-growing, ever-existing, eternal being, universal being. Whatever terms you use, that is applicable to him only. And that is understood as, named as one syllable sound. That's how they say from creation starts from sound. That imbalanced state is called beginning of the creation. Imbalanced state means sound waves. Now that is called the universal being or the absolute existence, that is called Brahman. Brahman means ever growing. Yes?
Swamiji, when we say that the Brahman or reference to the soul, it is imperishable by nature. But but if something is imperishable by nature, how it is in growth, how it is growing? Brahman is growing.
Growth is an idea. The existence is ever existing, so wherever you say it is grown. See how the body is ever growing as one. See, I am body. Okay? Where are you? Where are you? Somewhere in the body. So the central point we take as the heart. Let it be anywhere. Okay? So if I am, then am I there in the end of the nail or not? The tip of the finger or not? So if I am in some center somewhere in the heart, have I not grown till here without any time and without any condition? Am I not grown up to the tip of the finger?
By idea it is growing.
Yes, the idea of growth is an idea.
Yes.
And if I am at the tip of the finger, as I am, so am I not in the tip of the thumb?
Yes.
So have I not grown till then? Have I not reached it from here to there without delay, without taking any time? That is how I am ever present, ever growing, and ever moving. Ever moving. That movement is called my nature. If I am here, I am at the tip of the finger, I am on the tip of the nose, I am on the top of the hairs. I am everywhere present as I, whole total. So I am ever growing, I am ever changing, I am ever moving. Everything is within one. It is not outside me. So if it is one, it has to be one. And so that whole total idea, if it changes, this is world, manyness. If it doesn't change, I means, then no change, no feeling, no manyness, no finger, no hands, no legs, no head, no tail, nothing is there. So it is beyond everything, and yet it is everything. This is how you can hold, and this is how we call it Brahman, the truth, which is ever changing and never changing, which is ever changing, which is never changing. This is the truth. And this is how it is called universal being, the total being. And then when you move, then it becomes the individual being. That's how it wants to see itself. That's how it sees itself as many. Ekoham bahusyama. From this, the Veda starts. This is the starting point. I am one, let me be many. This is the starting of the creation, starting of the whole Maya, the nature, changing phenomena, growth, decay, relationship, and friendship, and enmity, growth and decay, everything, all the opposites, pairs of opposites, everything, all the complications starts from here. If it is stable, no question, no explanation, no definition, no understanding, no misunderstanding, let it be there. Can you hold that? That is how yoga asks you to hold it. Be quiet. But we are unable to keep quiet.
Complain है स्वामी.
कंप्लेन करो. अभी टाइम हो चुका है, कंप्लेन करेंगे, कोई बात नहीं.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु भ्रांति रूपेण संस्थिता. It is an illusion. And you are talking about the oneness and completeness, but other side is saying, if you want to find the God, identify as an illusion. So
भाई यही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ, यही तो कह रहा हूँ, keep quiet. Why are you asking? Keep quiet, you will understand, but you cannot. So all these, there is no need of asking and getting the answer. No need. It is needed because दिल है कि मानता नहीं. क्या करे? The mind never keeps quiet.
Bhranti is also a Bhranti.
Eh?
Bhranti is also a Bhranti.
भ्रांति ही भ्रांति है. The darkness is darkness only. Don't compare it with light. If you are in darkness, keep quiet and then you will find what is light. If you go on moving in darkness, you will have only miseries. You will fall down, you will get up, you will strike against something, you will break your head, you will be taken to hospital, everything will happen. Don't move at darkness. And then you will find light. There is no darkness here, no question, no answer. Anyhow, tomorrow we shall see further. अभी तो आज तो हम समझ लिए थोड़ा बहुत. व्यापक जो चेतन ब्रह्म है, who understand, who is aware that I am existing, who is aware it, who is aware of my existence? It is I only. My existence is aware of my existence. There is none else. So that is called awareness, or that is called the knowledge. That is called experiential knowledge, which is unchangeable knowledge. Our knowledge always changes. What we understand today, tomorrow is something else. It changes. That is informative knowledge. And what we don't change, that is called experiential knowledge. If you have heard something about the sugar candy today, tomorrow you shall hear something else. It is not white in color. Today you have heard the sugar candy color is white. Tomorrow I shall tell you, no, it is not white, it is transparent. Day after tomorrow I shall say you, no, it is not like that, it is little milky white. So something I shall go on telling, it will go on changing. But when you experience the taste of the sugar candy, you have tasted it, can I change it? Call whatever you like. My experience is experience, you cannot change it. So that is called real knowledge, and this informative knowledge is subject to change. So that experiential knowledge is called awareness. I am aware of my existence. And I know I do exist. That is called knowledge. I know I am. There is no second need of any second object to make you aware that you are existing? Do you need any help? And that is how we call it, just as you feel at the time of eating, you have eaten so much, enough, you have eaten enough. Who tells you you are satisfied, don't eat anymore? Who says you to stop your eating? You know you are satisfied, that much is needed. So you know everything inwardly, but sometimes because of ignorance, because of overlooking our inner sight, we do something mistake sometimes. अरे दे दो और थोड़ा रसगुल्ला और 2-4 ले आओ, तो तब फिर दूसरे कहेगा तेरे को डायबिटीज है ना, इतना मत खा, इतना जिलेबी खा लेते हो, नहीं खाना. हाँ, तो then only we need the help of others to make us aware. When we overlook our inner sense, then only. So that awareness is eternal, that is unchanging, that is called your knowledge, that is called awareness. And that is the truth. वो ब्रह्म और वो चेतन, आज इतने ही समझे हम. वही अपने संकल्प से प्राण द्वारा जीव, कैसे जीव नाम पड़ा वो कल देखेंगे. How it becomes a being, the whole totality, how it becomes the individual being. Why, how, when, what is the process? All these we shall see tomorrow. This much we have seen today because it wanted to see itself. That's how it became many. Tomorrow we shall be clear why it wanted to see itself. And who wants to see whom? Is there any need of seeing? That means desire. That means there should be some difference. Then only I want to see myself. If I am not myself, then only I want to see myself. What happens in our daily way of life? I see you means you are different from me. I want to see natural beauty. Do you mean you are the natural beauty? You are the seer. The natural beauty is seen, and there is a process of seeing. Then only you have the desire to see. If you are different from yourself, then there is a chance of a desire to see, or else there is no chance of any desire. Okay? So where from that desire comes? To see myself. We shall see it tomorrow. Now we shall see whether the bell is going to ring or not. Okay? ये ऐसा विषय है, इसमें फंस गया तो फिर निकलना मुश्किल. हाँ जी. तुम एक हो या अनेक हो, बोलो. तुम हो कौन? कहाँ खड़े हो? कौन सा खेती के मूली हो या गाजर हो या सालगम हो? बोलो. ऐसे कच्चा खाऊं या सब्जी बना करके खाऊं, तुमको बताओ. मूली को कच्चा भी खा सकते हैं, सांभर में भी डाल दो, क्या तो करें। हरि ओम। पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, शब्द ब्रह्म की जय, सरस्वती महारानी की जय, योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरे